Today's episode is brought to you by Viralcast, the first and only completely done-for-you podcast production service. Build new relationships, create a deeper connection with your database, and get exposure to new audiences. Here's how it works. You interview influencers in your market. You start building that new relationship. Then you take that valuable content and share it with your database. Your guest then shares the content with their list. Everybody wins. You get new relationships, you create a deeper connection with your list, and get exposure to new people that you would never have access to. And look, if you're currently mining your database with video, stop. Audio is the new reality. We are living in an influence economy. Exposure is the new social capital. Go to Viralcast with a K to learn more. And right now, for the first 25 subscribers, we're offering a 50% off the getting started price. Welcome to Super Agents Live. This is the one place where you can come and hear the most successful people in real estate. You'll hear how these super agents built their businesses, how they stay productive, and how they stay motivated. Who am I? My name's Toby Salgado, and I made my first $1 million in real estate. And I'm your host for the next 30 minutes while we talk to yet another amazing real estate entrepreneur. Stay tuned.
Let's go! Yeah!
Hey everybody, what's happening? What's going on? How's your day? How's your week shaping up? Listen, you guys, I got to thank you. Thanks so much. You guys are making this show. We've always been a top 100 show, and I've been kind of watching our rankings lately on iTunes. Dude, we're killing it, man. For a little niche show like ours, I think we hit like number 42 in the business category in the world. That is insane. So lots of new people finding the show, and if you're new, thanks for tuning in. Here's what we do. This show is about entrepreneurship through the lens of a real estate agent. And look, before you hit stop, the stuff we talk about, whether you're a painter, plumber, pie maker, the strategies, tactics we talk about can help you. So stick with it. Today's episode is all about how to market like an internet marketer and find low-hanging fruit because it's out there. We cover the two most important spokes in your business: building your list and mining that list for deals. And I'll ask you a couple of questions. Do you have a digital strategy? Do you have a mobile strategy? If you are running a business in 2016, it's not enough to just pick up the phone and call people. If you want to leverage your time, you need a digital strategy that is mobile focused. The three pieces that we focus on here, and we get into a lot of stuff, but the three pieces at a high level: following up with your past clients in a completely automated way, building the brand of you. And what does that mean as a brand, right? And let me tell you, your brand is a lot more than your logo and colors. And we talk about growing your list, your database, your data bank. We also kind of maybe 2/3 of the way in here, we talk about how to create and use unique content, what kind of bribes are ethical when it comes to building your list, and we get into some ninja, and I stress ninja, Facebook tactics. So get your pen ready. And look, some of the stuff, admittedly, is going to be might be a little bit over your head. Some of you have not heard about, don't know what a Facebook pixel is, how to retarget, how to get in your Facebook power editor and build a custom audience. And that's okay. If you feeling overwhelmed, take a look at www.schoolofprofit.com. There we help people to get on track and build a scalable, repeatable, and predictable business. I'd love for you to join the conversation. Follow me on Twitter at SuperAgentsLive. Hashtag for the show is Unpack That Idea. That's it, guys. Hope you like it. Let's get to it. Today in the show, we're gonna talk about marketing. I just met this guy. I met him recently, and we spent some time on the phone. And I was pretty amazed that he saw the world of marketing in 2016 a lot like I do. So I wanted to bring him on and share a little bit with you some of the stuff that you should be doing that you're probably not. He's a best-selling author. He wrote The Digital Real Estate Agent. Go check that out on Amazon. Building the Brand of You. Blaise Dietz from US Agent Coach. Hey, Blaise, thanks for taking the time out, man.
Toby, thanks for having me on today.
So listen, before we get into, marketing and all the stuff that the low-hanging fruit you see where people are dropping the ball, tell us a little bit about who you are. I always like to get a feeling for, the man behind the machine before we get going on what you're actually doing.
Well, I'm a technology guy, and I like to focus that passion in the area of digital marketing. Tying into real estate really comes from my first job. At 15 years old, I was a gopher for the Dietz organization, which was my Uncle Paul's real estate brokerage. So it's kind of, in the family DNA, but my passion is, again, technology and really all things digital marketing.
So how did, you and I both, it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. People out there say, oh, I'm a social media expert. I'm this and that, which I'm like, no, you're not. But this for you, you've been doing it for a long time. How did you develop yourself as this, as a self-proclaimed tech guy?
Oh, it's a great question. I like to say that if anybody tells you they're an expert marketer, you need to hang up the phone. There is no such thing as an expert marketer. There's only expert marketing testers. And that's really, it's not cliche. It's because every agent is different. Every marketplace is different. And, one person that has a passion for educating first-time home buyers is not the same person that's going to be working for a luxury home builder. So, that's the reality of it. I'm an expert marketing tester. And there's really no faster way to do that than through digital marketing because it's cost effective. You can turn it on and off like a light switch, and you can laser target it towards, in my case, my client's desired prospect or target marketplace.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Every market's different, every niche is different, and you can't. There's no such thing as a blanket, expert. Which again, that drives me nuts. So you are a professional marketing tester. I agree with you again that digital is easy, it's quick, it's cheap. Let's get right into it. When it comes to, launching your digital strategy, maybe, what are the 4 pillars, the 3 pillars, whatever? What's the foundation that you can kind of outline when it comes to somebody's digital plan?
Well, I'm going to go with the 3. Our business is focused on solving 3 main problems that we know most agents face, which are following, and this is all about, generating ROI. So the 3 are following up with past clients and prospects, tons of different prospects from tons of different lead sources, and then really building a brand around the agent. Gary Keller, the genius, you just heard him speak recently, said that's the secret to the real estate business. The agents that get it, they're building a brand around them. So we build a brand around the agent. And then the 3rd area is growing the agent's most important asset, which is their list, their database. So following up on past clients and prospects, building a brand around the agent, and list building. That's the problems. That's what we're focused on solving for our clients.
It's funny. Yeah, I was just at family reunion, and Gary got up on stage, and literally the first words out of his mouth were, "Your database is your business." And I'll tell you, man. I talk with all these unicorns, people doing 1,000 deals, and even those guys are not putting enough emphasis on their database. It's crazy. And there's 2 pieces that I want to talk to you about, Blaise. So one is there's you can see your database as a quote unquote data bank. There's deals in there. There's money in your database.
No doubt about it.
You got to mine it out. And then 2, people need to have be deliberate about growing their list, and most people are terrible in both those. So number 1, let's go through your 3 now. And if I got those 3 right, Blaise, it's following up with past clients and prospects. 2, growing the brand of you. Is that accurate? Was that the number 2?
Yeah, building a brand around the agent.
Okay. And the 3 is growing your list. So let's talk about number 1. Follow up. Now there's the following up. talk to us. I'm trying not to jump on your lines because I want to talk about this. I'm passionate about this stuff. But following up, what are the methods for follow up? And I mean, just talk about in general about following up.
Yeah, so the greatest problem that most people have is two things. One, they don't have a consistent strategy. And number two is, which we really hear a lot recently, is they say, Blaise, I'm buying leads from this provider. I've got leads from this provider on this site. I have 5 different databases I have my leads on. And if, myself or if my team member doesn't convert that into a buyer or a seller right away, we're really not doing anything because there's so many databases. So number one, we focus on is technology. Very simple. Agents, a lot of them don't want to be technology experts. So we set up a very simple technology. And it works like this. They open up our favorite email application on their phone. If they meet a new prospect, 3 steps, open up the app, enter their contact information and hit save. And they've got to choose what list they want them on a buyer list or a seller list. So we really automate it like that on the mobile side. And what we do is we consolidate their databases for them on a monthly basis. We say, whether it's you or an assistant, email us in. You can export from all of these databases. Just dump them into a spreadsheet and send them to us. And really, that's the number one way to simplify it, is to have one technology managing all those different lists for you.
Okay, so and again, as we talk about this, Blaise, I mean, I'd love to not necessarily just talk about what you do, but your thesis, right, around some of this stuff. So as I see follow up, right, I have a database, and if I've done my job right, I have somebody's name, I have their email address, I have their cell phone number, and ideally, right, I have their home address. So in terms of really building a strong database, what are the components that you see should exist? Should it be all that I said, or is just having a phone number and email enough?
Great question. Yeah, let me simplify this. So choose one technology. There's some that are so unbelievably complex and expensive. Choose one technology to manage all of your past prospects, your past clients, and all of your lead sources. So when you choose a technology, and it shouldn't cost you more than $20 or $30 a month if you're doing it on your own, but you've got 3 simple lists: past clients, prospects, and under prospects, you've got buyer leads or seller leads. That's it. So again, past clients, buyers, or sellers. So that when you open up this technology, and whichever one you choose should have a mobile application, you're only dealing with 3 different lists. So simplify your technology and simplify the lists.
Okay, so you're suggesting people segment their database past prospects and then buyers, sellers. You don't.
And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
The reason why it's so important is because you don't want to have generic content, because what you're going to have is your clients are going to be clicking the unsubscribe. Your prospects will quickly click unsubscribe. You've got to speak to your past clients with some unique content. Same thing for buyer and seller leads. So you have to, as you said, you have to segment those lists and share unique content with each of those lists. And when you do that with the technology part is so that you don't have to worry about it. It's not to add another task to your list. It's so that you can have your past clients, you have one email, but it will say, Dear Mike or Dear Susan on it, and you have that content to them. You hit send and it goes to all of them. With the buyers and the sellers, for example, we have, and I suggest agents have, we have a 14-week seller campaign, so that when they put a person's name on there, they can sleep easy knowing that for the next 14 weeks, the right email is going to go out at the right time with the right content.
Right. I mean, and for everybody, if they go, well, how do I do that? I mean, there's everybody should have an autoresponder, and it's amazing to me that
exactly.
When it comes to having an autoresponder, knowing what an autoresponder is, that most people are they're scratching their head, going, what? Like, what is that? And I use Aweber. It's easy. It's $29 a month. So it's easy. It works. So okay, sharing unique content. Now let me ask you about, in terms of segmenting your database. You're going to segment by buyer seller, so you can send that unique content. But do you recommend, Blaise, segmenting your database in terms of A clients, B clients, or or C? Like, do you segment in that way, or not? And I'll give you what I think after you answer that.
It's a great question, and yes, you should. The further you segment, the more genuine or more personal the content you're sending them. For example, if you're driving traffic to trying to attract prospects that are luxury home buyers or vacation home buyers. I've got a client in Florida, and all she does is look for people looking to buy in this one golf course community. So yeah, having that list of a golf course community list where you have some, cost-effective paid traffic, you're giving them something valuable in exchange for their email address, which I call the ethical bribe, they should go onto that segmented list.
Okay. Yeah. No. And I agree. And I think for me, you want to utilize technology to one, automate, and then two, if you can't automate it, delegate it. But if in my mind, Blaise, when you segment your database and you have ABC prospects or past clients, there's a certain group of those people that you want to not only, you want to go deeper than just send an email, right? You want to have a phone call. And then there's other ones where they're more meaningful, potentially, and you want to say, I want to have them for coffee. And then there's others where, you want to deepen that relationship. So coffee, lunch, dinner, right? So anyhow, for you, Blaise, are you all about leveraging technology to for speed and scale, or when it comes to making phone calls and taking these relationships offline? What's your thinking around that?
Well, really, the greatest benefit to the agent is to remove that anxiety or worry that they're not communicating the brand of them to their past clients. That's where the low-hanging fruit is. So it's really to remove that worry or that anxiety of, I'm not doing what I know I should be doing. And it's really not their fault. 99% of any sales profession is not following up enough. So it's about leveraging their time. And again, when you use the word autoresponder, it generates the single largest return on investment, but it also leverages their time greater than anything else out there. It seems complicated, but like you mentioned, I'm a big fan of AWeber. It's really easy to do, but you got to invest a little bit of time up front. It's like Abe Lincoln. If it takes 8 hours to chop down a cherry tree, I'm going to spend 6 of them sharpening my axe. This is about sharpening your axe, what we're talking about here.
Yeah. So, all right. So, I mean, let's move on. I mean, because I think, some of the stuff that we talked about is going to be key throughout this whole discussion. But your next step, growing your brand, right? Most business owners, when they think of a brand, man, it's color schemes and logo.
Right.
And your brand is a whole lot more than that. In your mind, how do you see somebody's brand? How would you explain what a brand is, and then how to build one around yourself?
Sure. I mean, great question. It's really tough. It's one of the first things I ask when we have our initial meetings with clients, or I talk to anybody. It's, what is your brand? Whatever, wherever you're at in the country, what is your brand? And they usually don't have an answer, and that's okay. That's normal. But it's, I'm the Lakes area specialist. I'm the first-time home buyer specialist. I'm a digital marketing specialist. You've got to have that brand, and the easiest, most cost-effective way to share that brand is through retargeting. We've spoken about it. I have somebody that we have another meeting tomorrow. They say, I don't do retargeting. It's expensive, and I don't really have anybody on my team to do it. It's really the lowest form of branding, of putting your brand in front of not only your past clients, but of your prospects. And we can go a little bit farther into that, but it's really just uploading your database, for example, to Facebook, right? And then instead of pushing in front of them a paid ad that says, I just sold my 100th home and I'm on the president's sales list now at XYZ brokerage, it's pushing in front of them, click here to read about the 6 interior home improvements that generate the greatest return on investment. So it's putting yourself only in front of your past clients or prospects instead of spending money trying to blanket the whole zip code or the whole county. Does that make sense?
Totally. I mean, here's what I tell people to do, Blaise. And again, I'm whenever I have somebody like you on that I'm passionate about the same thing. I'm always cognizant of me trying not to talk too much. So I'm really throttling myself back. But when it comes to retargeting, when it comes to doing this, everybody, right? Number one, it's amazing to me. Not everybody has their own website. Insane. I mean, some people will use that stock KW website that they get for free without going and buying their own. So, number one, everybody should have a website. Number two, I believe that everybody should have a Facebook pixel on there, as well as a Google cookie, so you can pick up cookies, because all traffic is either bought or earned, and you need to try to monetize that. In terms of a cookie Facebook pixel, what are your thoughts on that? And then maybe explain what those are in case people don't know.
Sure, I totally agree. You've got to have some type of area to drive that traffic to or attract that traffic to. And even if people don't want to invest into a website, or they've already got one, or they're locked into a package, it's so inexpensive and an unbelievable place to build the brand of views. Just get a Facebook business page, like you said, and you can even be putting your content there. So, a pixel, it's really a fancy word for a cookie. It's when somebody clicks on your ad, whether it's your Facebook ad or you drive that ad towards a blog post on your website, you're placing a marker on them so that you can follow them later and, the word, retarget them with your brand or you. And a lot of people are afraid of that. It's unbelievably simple, again, and cost effective. And the secret to all of that is, and it's where a lot of fear comes in the marketplace, is to share valuable content with them, which again, it's as simple as those tips, a new roofing tip, exterior landscaping tips that generate value. Share valuable content. And of course, your brand, your name, your image, your tagline, the digital real estate agent, the exterior value agent. I mean, that's not really a great one there, but first time home buyer, Lakes area specialist, that brand and that tagline will be around that valuable content. And again, it's really inexpensive to target and retarget your database online.
Well, yeah, and even again, so all traffic is either earned or bought, and when you have a Facebook pixel, even those ads that you buy on Facebook, when Facebook knows that you have a pixel on these folks, they treat that as warm traffic. It's cheaper to buy those ads or retarget those people than just doing a brand new cold ad.
Exactly. And that's really the secret to it. If you're paying to get, as you say, the two forms of traffic there, even though it's low cost traffic, once somebody is interested in your ad or the report that you're giving away or the blueprint or the checklist or the tip sheet or the blog post, once they click on that ad and you're driving them to that content, it's like you said, you put that pixel on them. The next time you want to be in front of them, it's a fraction of the cost. And that's really, we talked about in the beginning, leveraging the power of digital marketing, these strategies. The benefits to the agents are immense because they're networking all the time. They're building that database, or should be building that database all the time. And I've heard from some agents later saying, you know what? Even though I don't send out emails that I think are they're not about me, I do have people unsubscribing. Well, this is a great way to move to, really a higher level, right, of engagement here, because that's what we're all vying for, the attention of our past clients. I read this stat. Half of the United States is going to check Facebook 14 times today. So we want a piece of that attention. Well, the most cost-effective way to do that outside of email marketing, or even actually it's becoming better than email marketing, is through this retargeting technique here.
Yeah, totally. I 100% agree with that. And I think, in terms of unsubscribes, I'll tell you something that I just realized, and it's, I don't, I have a database that I've grown over the last, 2.5 years from doing this show. Everybody, everything that I've, the size of my list, is I give away. I have 3 ways for people to get in my funnel. I give away a free ebook that I wrote. Number one, I gate you. So when you go to superagentslive.com, and everybody go there right now and get on my list. But I gate you, and you can either give me your name and email address, or you can close it out. So let's say you close it out. You don't get on my list. Then I entice you to say, hey, download my free ebook. Well, hey, Blaise, are you there?
I am.
Sorry, I just got a thing on Skype that said, hold on a second, your internet connection. Okay. So you can download my ebook. And then 3, I have a membership site, a free membership site. Now, here's the deal. Here's why I tell you that is people get on my list all the time. But because I don't email my list often enough, if they don't hear from me for 6 months and then I send out an email, that's when I get unsubscribes because they're like, oh, who is this guy?
Exactly.
They forgot. They downloaded my book 6 months ago or a year ago or whatever. Well, in terms of that, let's talk about that ethical bribe because I think in terms of low-hanging fruit, man, I say it all the time, is write that free ebook, how to sell your home for top dollar,
Yes.
sell your home in 30 days or less, right? Or whatever. And then offer that for free. Do you agree with me that that's a low-hanging fruit out there in the market that everybody should do?
It's really the number one thing that you should do or have done for you. Like you can go to iWriter.com, right, and have an article written for you for like $7 or $10, and then you can, you can have you just add your personal edits or touch to it, and then now you have, I wrote an article that got on Inman called "Using Lead Magnets as an Ethical Bribe," and that's what we're talking about, right? So this lead magnet, it's the ethical bribe. You're giving away no BS, zero fluff, valuable content in exchange for a name and an email address. The ebook, the 7-step checklist, the blueprint to, improving the value or to attracting the multiple offers on your home. How to select a real estate agent that has digital marketing skills. Those things are all checklists and blueprints, and it's much better than, again, talking about yourself. It's valuable content that people can learn from. First-time homebuyers, I talk to a lot of people who say, I don't want to work with these first-time homebuyers. But then I have some clients that love working with first-time homebuyers, and I always ask them, how do you attract them to you? And the real ones that are kicking butt out there, they're doing nothing but educating. They're dispelling fears. 7 things that cost first-time home buyer, 7 things that can cost a first-time home buyer over $25,000. Well, a first-time home buyer who's scrolling through their news feed, and again, remember, on Facebook, you can circle the radius. You can choose that they make at least $50,000 a year. And, one of their greatest ones now, in the marketplace to buy, right? Facebook's partnered with people that just had their credit pulled for a home mortgage purchase transaction. So you laser target in on somebody that's most likely to buy and that make a certain income range and they're in the right area code. Well, if it's a first-time home buyer and they see that ad, 7 things that can cost a first-time home buyer over $20,000, they're going to click on it. And as long as that content is zero BS, it's real, it's fun, it's friendly, it's easily consumable, they can instantly download that report, they're going to give you their name and email in exchange for that report or that checklist. And hence, the ethical bribe is consummated.
Well, hold on. I wasn't familiar with that, Blaise. What are you saying? So you're saying that on Facebook, tell me again about the getting your credit pulled. What?
Yeah, it's amazing. So Facebook has partnered with the credit bureaus. Okay. And the finance guys and gals in the universe, they call them trigger leads. So like Quicken Loans, for example, all the big lending houses, their agents, they get a list of people that just had their credit pulled for a home mortgage purchase transaction, and they're dialing them up and trying to sell them finance leads. Well, the ability to get a pre-approval for this purchase they're going to make. Well, now Facebook has partnered with those bureaus, and under the custom audience, it's called likely to move. So you now know people that have had their credit pulled, they're going to be moving. And if you target certain income ranges and age groups, okay, one of the fastest growing segments right now is females, okay? Single females. And so it's 15% of the marketplace, and it's growing for the purchase market. So you laser target your market, and then you add in this new select, likely to move. That's the exact custom audience term there, likely to move. Now you're only spending ad dollars, putting your lead magnet that we just spoke about in front of the most laser targeted prospect. That's why I say print advertising is dead. 1% conversion rates. That means dead or dying or on life support. Digital is alive and thriving because of what we just spoke about, laser targeting your ad dollars.
Wait, well, hold on. This is crazy. So just so I'm clear and the audience is clear. So I'm in San Diego. I'm in 91941, 92020, whatever. So I can go on Facebook. Now, is this in the Power Editor or is this just in the Ads Manager?
Mike Menino's in charge of that division for our company there. It's in one of the two of those areas, but it's called Likely to Move. I'm positive of that because as they're bringing these reports to us before we meet with our clients, I like to tell them, did you know you said that you want to be in a 10-mile radius or in a 20-mile radius? Did you know that right now in your radius that you told me you're targeting, that there's 6,000, 9,000, 20-some thousand people that just had their credit pulled for a home mortgage purchase transaction? And most people are shocked. But yes, that's a select on there.
That's amazing. So I can select that. I can select the 10 mile, 5 mile, whatever radius, likely to move, and
makes $100,000 a year, or 67% of the marketplace is married. Yes,
choose the gender, male, female, whatever, and then I just buy ads towards and just that's it. That's I just target those likely to move folks.
That's an ad campaign.
Crazy,
absolutely.
dude.
You set up multiple ad campaigns to, again, right? Build the brand of you and build your list, because it does. I mean, we all know agents aren't selling knives. They have to nurture a lead, right? Sometimes you get lucky and have a lead that's ready to buy right away, or somebody warm referral ready to sell right away. But the only way you're going to get people onto your list is through this ethical bribe, which is you've got to have a no fluff, no BS lead magnet. And that lead magnet is the report, the blueprint, the checklist, etc. And it's just, it's got to answer the known desired result. It's got to have a really high value, even though it's short and sweet, like a 1 or a 2 pager. It can't be garbage. There's, go spend $1 and have a nice image on the front of it and build the brand of you on there. You've got your name, you've got your logo, you've got your tagline. And these are dollars, for these conversions. They're very, very inexpensive. I mean, I talked to the local paper here where people advertise. Somebody buys a little box ad down in the lower left-hand corner. This has circulation of only 100,000 people. It's the most widely read print publication. And where I'm at in Birmingham, Michigan, that's almost $1,800 a month to have a little business card ad on the front page, lower left-hand. You can't track that ad. You have no idea what's going on. There's no call to action on it. There's no way to deliver a lead magnet. So, again, if this is really about simplifying the agent's life. I hope these things don't sound complicated, but this is easy and fun, and they already know this. This separates them from every other agent in town, because now they're an expert giving away information, as opposed to, hey, I just want a sales reward, or hey, if you're in Birmingham, Michigan, and thinking of selling, call me. That's dead. That marketing is dead, or that agent's going to be dead or out of business. So.
Yep. Wow. Okay. I completely agree. That's interesting. Okay, so I guess in a lot of ways I think that covered building the brand, growing your list, and look, do you know who Ryan Dietz is? Digital.
I do.
Okay.
I went to his first traffic and conversion summit down in Austin, Texas, when he held that with Perry Belcher.
Wow, his first one. So I'm a big Ryan Dietz fan. Now and I'm on his list, and that's how I kind of keep in touch with what all these all these marketers are doing. Is I get on everybody's list. Now he just did. I just read or got an email, and he was saying that especially on Facebook, he was like saying with a budget of like $5 a day, and I believe it was Ryan, but he rolled through this thing like, here's what you can do with $5 a day. What kind of I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna go down this route. I'm gonna get a pixel. Blah, blah. What kind of budgets are we talking about that you need for this to work?
I'm a big fan of Ryan Dietz also, and I know for a fact that $5 a day is a great place to start. And if you wanted to, basically napalm your county, be in front of every single person every day, that would top out at about $400 to $500 a month. For $150 a month, or $5 a day, you are going to be in front of your past clients, all of them. Every prospect from wherever you buy leads from, whether you get 100 leads a month or 10,000 leads a month, you're going to, I shouldn't say that, 10,000, maybe 10,000. You will be in front of them with your valuable content for $5 per day. And then if you wanted to double up on that to build your list, I would spend another $5 a day. So for about $10 per day, again, 5 towards past clients and prospects, you're going to be in front of them with your valuable content in the most professional way, building the brand around you. And for another $5 a day, you're going to give away your lead magnets to build your list. So I think that is an appropriate budget for sure.
Wow. Okay. So let me ask you this, because I honestly don't know this. So how would I use this? So let's say I have a farm, right? So Rolling Hills Estates. I always say that. Rolling Hills Estates is my farm. How would is it possible, Blaise, to somehow target on Facebook those people? Because I'm already, I already have lawn signs in that area. I've spent the last few years sending mailers with little to no success. Is it possible to now attack this geo area with a digital arm like Facebook?
Yeah, there's not a better way to farm an area than with Facebook, because you can draw a radius right around that neighborhood. Because again, with Facebook, under their custom audiences and under their business, on their ad campaign manager, you can set up multiple campaigns. So if you know you're working this one area, I would do that. And you know what's really cool? One more word for people to Google would be geofencing. So let's say you're hosting an open house and you're at that open house. It's open Sunday or Saturday from whatever time. You can have these geofencing strategies that anybody driving around that area, that open house ad, open Sunday 10 to 2, that open house ad is only going to get in front of people that are driving around that subdivision. So you can not only generally target an area you're farming with Facebook, you can geofence an open house, basically drawing a radius around where you're going to be sitting and drive people to that.
What?
So many cool options.
What? So you're saying that, so I'm going to hold an open house Saturday from, 10 to 3, whatever. I create an ad and I can geofence it so that all of a sudden when somebody drives into their neighborhood, that's when they're going to get that ad? I'm not aware of this.
Exactly.
Is that
exactly?
New?
Yeah. No, it's been around actually, and it's getting, the options are becoming better. It uses the GPS system. Okay, that's inside everybody's mobile device. Now, somebody who has turned off the GPS, that's not going to work. But yeah, geofencing is new, and the capabilities of geofencing are new. And it's really cool because it's all about people that are driving into that radius around that property. And what are you putting in front of them? Well, you're not going to put a lead back in front of them, right? Because what you want to do is, when I was out looking for my first property, or even in my last property, I was driving around on the weekends looking for open houses, following the open houses I thought I wanted to go to. But, if I didn't see the ad for XYZ brokerage and I'm already in the neighborhood, well, when I'm on Facebook communicating with my friends, it's going to go right into that news feed there, and it's going to say open house, 123 Sunnybrook. But I'm in the area already, and that's the power of geofencing.
That's amazing, man. I truly was not aware of that. So look, how this? I didn't know that. How does somebody like you keep up with all this stuff?
Well, it's all we do. I am a technology junkie, and I love the power of digital marketing because, what propelled me into this? Well, in 1998, when I built my first website on my own, I did it because I'd gotten ripped off. And so I'm so motivated to bring cost-effective solutions because they work. And, it's all about help somebody solve a problem first to get what you want, right? And so I just love reading about it. I'm on probably a lot of the similar mailing lists that you're on. I'm always reading stuff from Ad Espresso. It's a great place to get really cool things. I think Ad Espresso was where I first learned about Facebook and this geofencing. So it's out there. It's about what you're reading all day, right? And this is what we do.
Okay. Well, so let's talk about that for a second. So what exactly do you do? I know you're an author. What do you do, Blaise?
Well, I'm an entrepreneur and I've used technology and digital marketing to grow the businesses I've been involved in, which primarily I'm in my 40s. I've spent the last 20 some years in real estate and real estate finance. So, right now, all our digital advertising agency does is focus on real estate agents. It's because a brokerage that became a client of mine last year. You see how there's one new shiny object put in front of them. There's so many lead forces put in front of these. I mean, agents are bombarded with so many different types of leads. So I know I didn't want to get into the business of, buying, trying to generate massive amounts of leads, but really solving a problem is taking, the three areas where I saw my client failing. And then I learned that most agents are failing. Where the low-hanging fruit is, number one, following up with past clients and prospects. Again, we spoke about AWeber is a great tool for helping people do that. But boy, retargeting, and then while you're retargeting, what are you doing? You've got an opportunity with the exact same ad dollar to build the brand around the agent. And with the exact same ad dollar, list building. So with the same ad dollar, you're really killing three birds with one stone. And, that's what we do. And you can't check out on our website, for example, and buy a package because it doesn't work that way. How could we be expert marketing testers and just let you check out on something? We're a boutique agency. There's only 6 people here. So, we're looking to work with agents that are like, yeah, I get it. I have these 3 problems also. So we're a digital advertising agency for agents. And every Thursday at 3 o'clock, we have what we call office hours, very similar to Ryan Dice. And we never sell. We never have on experts to upsell anything. We coach people. We coach them how to use, for example, a digital listing presentation to help them separate themselves from any other agent vying for that listing. And again, how do you separate yourself? You got to share valuable content. Your strategies and tactics have to be different than the next person. And these are fun. They're easy. And the immense benefit, what this means to the agent is their confidence goes through the roof when they can talk the same lingo as a millennial or as a seasoned, homeowner that's on their 3rd or 4th home. The agent's prospect, whether they're a millennial or they're a C-suite executive, they're hearing the word digital marketing at their offices or at their businesses. They're learning about digital marketing. They're hearing statistics like half of the United States is going to check Facebook 14 times today. So if you have the old 3 Ps, put out a sign, place it on the MLS and pray, those agents are dead. And I say that respectfully. 3 million agents chasing 5 million transactions. It's not going on any longer for one simple fact. Agents aren't the gatekeepers of data. So what do agents need to be? They need to be the expert. And the greatest way to be the expert is just share the free report that you spoke about, these lead magnets, interior home improvements, exterior home improvements, a new roofing technology. If when you're going to get a listing for somebody that lives on a lake, don't say, well, I'm going to put it in the local paper and I'm going to send out this outdated postcard campaign that gets no results. It's, hey, you know what? I know the top 7 groups on Facebook for people that love water sports. That's why I'm going to target the ad. Not only the people that are in the top 3 water sports local free groups on Facebook, for example, in Oakland County, Michigan here, I'm going to make sure that they make at least $100,000 a year. And I'm going to make sure they have their credit pulled for a mortgage purchase transaction. And when I host the open house, I'm going to make damn sure I geofence your property. And then, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, the great thing about digital marketing, as you know, working for XYZ Corporation is it's all about analytics. You don't need to trust me anymore. Every single week, I'm going to give you a report that shows you exactly how many people viewed your home, exactly how many people requested more information. And Toby, as you know, you can't do that with print. It's not possible if you wanted to with print. So again, digital advertising lets you follow up with past clients and prospects. It allows you to build the brand around you, and it allows you to list build all on the same digital ad dollar. And then, boom, you separate yourself from every other agent, and you've got analytics to let that client know, oh my gosh, this agent did exactly what they said they would do. And here's the report every week. So there's so many cool things about it, and that's why I'm so crazy passionate about it, is that it works.
Yeah, man, you are crazy passionate. Well, but I think totally, and I think, just to kind of take this up into the clouds a bit, one of the things that is very, after doing 400 of these kinds of interviews, thematically, the one thing that separates, these top producers versus the average guy or girl is that they came at this business like a business. They it wasn't a lifestyle business. They wanted to actually build something, and they have. And I think, the interesting thing that you're saying to me, Blaise, is that companies in general, number one, don't have a digital strategy. And number two, they're not segmenting. They're not thinking of it of what's my digital strategy, what's my mobile strategy, and even somebody like a Facebook, everybody, when Facebook was going public, everybody, all the analysts were saying, hey, I'm not thrilled on Facebook because, what's their mobile strategy? What's their mobile strategy? Well, they, to solve that, Zuck went out, spent $1 billion, bought Instagram, and he's like, boom, there you go. That's my mobile strategy. And I think realtors are way, way, way behind the times in thinking about their business, saying, listen, do I have a digital strategy? Do I have a mobile strategy? And I think that, when it comes to technology, everybody, everybody's concerned about, will technology disintermediate us as realtors? And I think what's going to happen, Blaise, is that technology is not going to disintermediate agents. It's going to be agents with technology will disintermediate the agents without technology.
Boy, that's brilliant. I don't even know what to add to that. Well, it's exactly it. And the thing is, remember, the benefit, what this means to you, the agent listening to, is those of you that get it and are excited about it, you're going to win. And it's not complicated. It's actually less complicated than probably any marketing plan sitting on your desk right now, or how to grow your real estate business plan. And it's probably 1/10 the cost. So what it means for you, what it means for the agent that gets it, is they're going to have more clients, they're going to have more fun. And again, this is a lot easier than choosing print and the design, all those things. It's more fun and it's more effective.
Yeah, but I hear you on that, dude. But you know what? In reality, Blaise, most people are listening to this and are like, oh, yeah, that's great. It sounds hard. It sounds expensive, right? So people are probably generally, and again, I won't let you talk about any of your pricing stuff at all, because I don't want this to be a sales pitch for you. I truly just wanted to educate people on some of this stuff. But if they want to reach out to you afterwards, we'll get your contact info. So look, earlier you said, Blaise, we got to start wrapping up here. Earlier you said, it's all about what you read, right? And there's lots of stuff to read. We always ask for a book recommendation. So here it is, Blaise. I'm an aspiring agent. I want to have this digital strategy. I have $25. What book should I go buy right now?
Great question. Well, the first one, of course, I would suggest, because it's only $3, and I know we're not supposed to plug our services, so I won't. But I will talk about our book. We put it for $2.99 because we want to dispel all the fears and myths about digital marketing. So the Digital Real Estate Agent is $2.99. Every one of our strategies and tactics is laid out there 100%. Go get it. You'll see how easy it is. But really, 6 Steps to 7 Figures by Pat Hiban, Hiban. This monster, I'll call him. He's so amazing. He was, as you know, the #1 real estate agent for Keller Williams, and then went to RE/MAX, and 2 years later was the #1 real estate agent in the world for RE/MAX. So he wrote 6 Steps to 7 Figures. It's a bestseller, and he gets right to it also. So those are the 2 books I would suggest.
I had you on mute there. That's funny. I just got an email from Pat this morning, and he's got a show, and he sent me an email. He released an episode that I did with him. Okay, systems, and I think it's on Audible. So if you guys want to get a free copy on us of Pat's book or the digital agent, real estate agent, just go to audibletrial.com/superagentslive, and Audible will give you 1 free credit for a book. Again, you're in your 40s. You're a guy with a ton of energy. What'd you eat for breakfast this morning, man?
Because my wife is sick of my man's ear growing, I'm now on egg whites with green peppers and pepper, okay? I'm eating unbelievably healthy, but I also got my 35 minutes in at the gym. So that's how I get going. Okay. Low carb and a little bit of exercise.
Well, so do you, Blaise, do you have a personal habit you think that or feel has contributed to your success?
I'm not going to shy away from it. Daily prayer is my number one tool, and number two is getting to that gym for 30 minutes. Prayer and exercise.
Good, great. All right, man. Well, listen, I always encourage my audience, if they've gotten anything out of this, to reach out and to say thank you to you. Blaise, where can people find you?
If you just go to usagentcoach.com. And again, you can't check out or buy anything on our website. You just click on the button right up on the top right side that says schedule a call. And I'm on every single call. We, like you, are really smart with a scheduler. You don't need to ask when's an available time. Pick a time that's good for you, and I'll see you on a call.
Awesome, cool. And was there a webinar that you were going to do? I don't know. I know we talked a little bit about something like that when we first booked. I don't know if that's still something you wanted to talk about here.
I'd love to do one with you. You'll see some buttons and links on our site. We drive paid traffic to what we call workshops now, webinars. We found a lot of people get so sick of fluff, set up for the close, and they're stuck on there for 45 minutes. So we do workshops. We do drive our clients onto those workshops. We record them. We edit them down to under 10 minutes so that we can just give people what we talked about in the beginning, valuable content. And then if it makes sense to them, they schedule a call with us. But that's what we do. We do workshops online now, and they're free, and you'll see them again on our website.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. And look, if you ever want to do a webinar, I'm happy to do one. And if you guys want me to do one with Blaise, just send me an email or send Blaise an email, and we'll work something out. All right, man. Well, listen, I'll be the first one to kick off that thank you train. Thanks, buddy. I know you're busy building your business, so I appreciate you taking time out of your day to share all this stuff. And this is valuable stuff that I certainly learned something, and I hope everybody else did too.
Thanks again, Toby.
All right, bud. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
This show is produced by me, Toby Salgado, with help from our research team and production done by Viralcast. If you're building a team and want to make sure you're doing it the most efficient way, reach out to Corcoran Coaching. They coach 83 of the nation's top producing teams. And for our listeners, they'll give you a free business evaluation. Send an email to bubba@corcorancoaching.com and let them know I told you guys to call.
Let's go.